Hello there, Flying Fox and Bio Productions here. Welcome to a very special video. So, as you've seen by the thumbnail and the title, I'm going to be showcasing every single 00 gauge steam locomotive that I have. So yeah, I strictly have steam locomotives in my 00 gauge collection. No diesels or electrics. Maybe I should change that. Maybe I should get some diesels and electrics. Anyway, so yeah, I asked it, and you all said yes. Well, apart from the 2% of you. So, yeah, I'm just so excited about doing this. It's like, I know that I've made reviews on most of the engines in my collection. I mean, yeah, I have done loads of videos focusing on half of my engines in my collection, but you know, I'm still gonna do it anyway, since there are extra content for the channel, and also I just really like making these 00 gauge videos. So yeah, in total I have 12 engines in my collection, 12, and I'm going to be going through every single one of them in an amount of sections. The first section, I'm going to start off reviewing all my tank engines in my collection, and then I'm going to be reviewing all my tender engines. Oh, and also, I literally have 4 tank engines in my collection. Yes, 4. Yeah, you can tell I'm more of a tender engine enthusiast. Sorry about that, I had to close the window because my neighbor's dog, he always keeps barking and barking. So, yeah, I've had to close the window without any interruptions. So anyways, so yeah, I have 4 tank engines in my collection. Yeah, you can probably tell I'm more of a tender engine enthusiast more than a tank engine enthusiast. But that doesn't mean that I hate tank engines, obviously. I mean, like, I like every single type of steam engine, but I'm more of a person who likes big, fast, express tender engines. More of a person who likes big tender engines with outside valve gear, to be more specific. So, yeah. So I'm just gonna go straight into my collection, starting with the tank engines. Here we go. Here are the first 2 models. The reason why I'm putting these 2 together is because, well, I literally have the same opinions about both of them. So I'm gonna start with this blue one first. This is the Hornby Caledonian Railway Pug, and yeah, this is a very cheap, common type of engine for Hornby. It's one of the cheap Hornby locomotives that you see all the time, and you can get them for a cheap price. Another reason why I decided to put these 2 together, these were the first 00 gauge engines that I ever had. Obviously, since these are quite cheap. So, yeah, it's a Pug, painted in Caledonian blue. A very nice livery, but yeah, nothing that much to say about it, really. It's just an 040 tank engine, and it's a bit boring. So, but I do like the livery, though. Like, yeah, it's also one of the fastest engines in my collection, surprisingly. So, yeah, the cab does have cab details, but they're not painted on. So, the side tank with a bit of the dust away from the tank. Yeah, CR on the cell tank. Yeah, it's a basic little tank engine, if I'm being honest with it. It's basic. Nothing that much to say about, really, but it still looks nice, though, in that livery. I mean, I think all of you know this class of engine mostly as being the Smoky Joe. You know, that black saddle tank engine that says Smoky Joe on its saddle tank. Yeah, this is the same model, the same class of engine. I have no idea why Hornby used this class of engine as one of their basic 040 tanks that you can get for a cheap price. So, yeah. And next one is this red 040 tank, which I don't know its class. I think it is based on a real engine, but it's not. But I think it's based on a not so very well known class of engine. Like, I forgot what this engine is based on, but yeah, it's a generic 040 tank engine, Lineworks collieries. I don't really think that this kind of engine would have been used for collieries. I mean, like, it's a bit too small, really. No, I could be wrong, because I'm much more used to seeing austerity tanks work on collieries. So yeah, it's an overall tank. These 2 are just basic. Now, this next one is one that you'll know right away. this. I'll just put that away. So this is a Hornby Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway Pug, number 11232, painted LMS black. I got this engine when I went to the Castlecombe Steam Rally back in 2023. I got this for like about £25, and this is the smallest engine in my collection without a doubt. So I love this engine. I mean, like, it's just so cute. Like, it's just so tiny. I mean, I know these engines were tiny, but not that tiny. So yeah, the Lancashire and Yorkshire Rally Pug. You may know this engine as Puggle from the cancelled series of mine, Puggle, the Rude Engine. But the reason why I cancelled this series is, I mean, come on, let's be honest, it's basically just a lazy knockoff version of Horace from Thomas 1 Edward 2 Henry 3. So yeah, it's basically a knockoff version of that series. So if I just decide to cancel it, I might do my own little comedy double gauge series, maybe one focusing on some 3 express engines doing some banter, something like that. So yep, the Lancashire Yorkshire Pug, painted LMS black. It's a very cute little engine. I absolutely love this because of how adorable it is. It's also a very smooth runner. I mean, even at slow speeds, it's also a very smooth runner. It's not the strongest engine in my fleet, mind you, because it's still just a little small tank engine, but it can still do the job just fine. I like the handrails that it has on the side of its saddle tank. I think it's quite good. Also, a little problem I have with it is that the cab is very loose. Like, it could easily come off. Like, I don't know if I could show, but like, this cab is so loose, it can easily literally come off. I mean, I can't assemble it. I don't know if it's supposed to just, I don't know if the cab is really supposed to just fly off the engine, or, no, not fly off. Like, I don't know, is the cab really supposed to be removable, or something like that? Do you have to remove it so you can dismantle the rest of the engine if you want to check the motor or something? Well, actually, if you're looking from this side, you can clearly see the motor inside the cab. So yeah, this engine doesn't have any cab details whatsoever. But still a nice one, though. It's definitely one of the most attracting looking engines in my collection. It's just so tiny that it's just so adorable. So yeah, I love this little tank engine. And the final tank engine that I have in my collection, which is also the biggest tank engine in my collection so far, is this. Move that out of the way. This is a Lima, or Lima, as you guys call it, but I call it Lima, don't ask. This is a Lima Great Western Railway 94XX pannier tank engine, number 9420. So, yep. So this little tank, this little but chunky tank engine over here is the largest tank engine in my collection so far. I know, crazy, right? I might get like a Bachman standard 4MT tank or a Fairbairn tank, or maybe like an Ivot 2MT tank or something. So, yeah, I love this engine. So, the 94XXs, they are my favorite pannier tank engine. I know they're basically just the collared, the tank engine version of the collared goods, but I mean, come on, I just love the unique style, especially with the extended smoke box and the side tanks being pushed back. I mean, I just think that's a very unique style. Also, even though I'm not the biggest fan of British Railways Black, I think the 94XXs work so well in British Railways Black. I could, in the future, I'll try to get the Bachman 94XX, but for the moment, I'll just have to be stuck with the Lima one. So yeah, it's a very nice model. I really do like it. I like the handrails on its tank again. And also, I think these handrails are separately applied. I mean, I don't know if I can show it, but they are separately applied, these handrails. And the rods, this rod is not connected to the middle wheel. The middle wheel is freewheel. It's not the smoothest run of my fleet, and it is quite noisy. You know, it's quite an old model. But it still just does the job just well. Just move this thing out of the engine smoke box door. So yeah, it's a very nice model. I really do like it. Oh, and also, I don't know if you noticed, but the vacuum pipes on both the engine's front and back buffer beam have come off. I know, yeah. I was literally trying to put this engine back into its box when all of a sudden, poof, the the vacuum pipes just fell off the engine. It'll be an easy fix though. I'll just easily just put like a bit of super glue to just glue them back in. So yeah, it's a simple fix really. So yeah, a very nice engine. I really do like it. Even though I would really love to get the Bachman version of this engine in British Railways Black, but this is still a great deal. And also, this is also the only Great Western engine in my fleet. I know, like you all are aware that the Great Western Railway is my favorite company out of all the big four, and this is so far the only Great Western representation that I have in my entire double gauge collection. So yeah, it's very surprising. I should probably get like a Hornby King, or maybe a Castle, or a Hall, or a 57XX Pannier, whatever, either of these. So yeah, it's a very nice engine. Right, moving on. Okay, so now that the tank engines are complete, now we're going to move on to the tender engines. And I have loads of tender engine models in my collection. So, the first one we're going to start off with is, I think the biggest tender engine in my collection so far, is this. I'll just roll her in. And then just remove that. Right, so this is my Hornby LMS Princess Coronation Pacific number 6234 Duchess of Abercorn, and it's such a stunning engine. I mean, LMS make the most attractive engines ever. So yeah, this model overall is just so attractive and so gorgeous to look at. I mean, I know this is one of Hornby's much more older models. I think this was built somewhere in the 70s, but it still has very good quality. So yeah, this is a tender-driven engine, and we all know the horror stories of tender-driven engines, but I personally do not mind it. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of tender-driven engines, but the only advantage to tender-driven engines that I really like is that you can move the engine's driving wheels freely. So, yep, the driving wheels can turn, like, freely. So, you can freewheel the pistons, which I really love. So, yep, it's a very gorgeous engine, and it's one of the fastest engines in my collection, too. Like, it's super quick, this engine. And also, I went to the Roxbourne Railway for their 00 gauge thingy that they host every third Tuesday of each month. And I don't know if you can see, but this engine has headlight. Oh god, it's so hard. It's so dark. I don't know if you can see it, but this engine has headlights. It's a bit out of focus, but this engine has headlights. And when this engine is at like full speed, then the lights do actually work. The lights are turned on when the engine's going at full speed. I did not realize that until, like, when I first saw this, my jaw literally dropped. This is so high quality. You know, like, honestly, this is just very big quality. So, yeah, this makes this Hornby LMS Princess Coronation so much better. I mean, like, this engine is just beautiful every single way. I just love how majestic it looks as it rolls along the rails. It's just an awesome engine. Like, I think I much more prefer how the rebuilt Princess Coronations look more than the streamlined ones, but that's just me. I know. I really do love the streamlined Princess Coronations, but I think the rebuilt unstreamlined ones look way more better, in my opinion. What? Why's that thing with me that I always like rebuilt versions of other classes of locomotives? That's just so weird. But, you know, that's just how my brain works. So, yeah, Princess Coronation. That's pretty much it I have to say about it. It's a gorgeous engine. That Duchess of Abercorn, it's a gorgeous engine. I also like this name. Like, Duchess of Abercorn. I mean, it does sound a little bit goofy at first, but it actually does sound a bit lovely, that name. Okay, so now here is the second tender engine in my collection. Just roll him here. Right, so this is my Airfix LMS Rebuilt Royal Scot, number 46100 Royal Scot, the first of the class built. And yeah, but so the Royal Scot, the rebuilt ones, these are my second favorite steam engines, and it's so gorgeous. I love these smoke deflectors. Like, look at the style of smoke. If I just look at the style of smoke deflectors at this engine, it's so roundy, and it just makes it look so attractive. And I just the LMS rebuilt Royal Scots are just so beautiful. I also do like the rebuilt Patriots and rebuilt Jubilees. Come on, let's be honest. The rebuilt Jubilees are basically just the rebuilt Patriots. So, but yeah, I have no idea why I much prefer the rebuilt Royal Scots and the rebuilt Patriots. But I don't know. It's just so gorgeous. I mean, I just love this so much, and also this is also a tender-driven engine. So yeah, the driving wheels can turn. Which, yeah, but not the best. Not the best quality, but it's still good. So, oh, and also, sadly, this engine doesn't run anymore. Yeah, this engine, like, I was literally just running it when all of a sudden, poof, it just stopped. It just decided to just stop working. I tried loads of attempts trying to get this thing to move, and it did not work. I tried fixing the gears a little bit, but it did not work. So I'm going to have to take this model to like a hobby shop somewhere to fix it. So yeah, say this engine's broken and doesn't run at the moment, but it will get fixed. It will get fixed soon enough. If you're wondering why do I get like very old models instead of the much more newer ones? Price. Like the modern ones, they're just so pricey and so expensive. But the older models, even though they don't have the best quality, they still do run. Well, this one does not run, but it will run eventually. Okay, so the next model in my collection is one that I bet you guys haven't seen for a while. This. Right, so this engine over here... Oh, the tender. Can I do that? The tender. Right, so this is my Triang Hornby LNER B12, painted in the LNER Wartime Black, where it says NE on the tender. So, yeah, this is an engine that we haven't seen in a while. I mean, there are some other engines we haven't seen in a while, but this is one of them. So, yeah, this B12, I don't really have that much to say about it, really. I mean, it's a Triang engine. It cuts out on points, because it doesn't have the tender pickups. And, it's just a B12. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, and you guys might kill me when I say this, but I don't really find the B12s to be that interesting. Yeah, I know, all you Alfred or 98462 fans or whatever, I actually am not the biggest fan of the B12, but I have no idea, like, it's a good engine. I'm not saying that I hate it. I mean, there's nothing bad about it. It's just not the most interesting. That's the thing. It's just not an interesting engine. It's just a 460. I do like the running boards or the foot plate. I do like that. I mean, it's a very good look. But I think it's probably the livery that I probably do not like about this model. It's just painted in a dull black livery. I think black is just not a very handsome livery for any steam engine, if I'm being honest with you. If I find this engine so boring, then why do I have it? I have no idea. Like, I bought this about like over a year ago, so I wasn't really aware of how boring or dull this engine probably is. But it's not the worst engine. I mean, like, it's far from my least favorite model in my collection. I don't really think I even have a least favorite, but it's just boring. But it's not bad, okay? I'm not saying that I despise this engine. This B12 is good, okay? It's a good engine. I recently oiled its wheels to make it run smoother, and now it's one of the smoothest runners in my collection. I mean, it still does cut out on points, but that's more rare now. But, yeah, it's not the best model. It's old. It's Triang, you know Triang. And it's not the best model in my collection, but it's certainly not the worst, okay? I'm not hating this model. It's good. It's a good engine, but it's not the most interesting. So yeah, moving on. Right, so here is my next model, and another one that we haven't seen for quite a while. This. Just remove that. Just get her to face the camera. So this is a Hornby LMS Ivot 2MT Mogul number 6415. This engine, I absolutely love the weathering on this engine. This engine is like the very common freight engine of my collection, even though I barely have any freight rolling stock. I mean, goods rolling stock. I don't have, like, I literally, the only piece of rolling stock that is goods are like, I have like a van, seven-plank truck, any flat car, and that's about it. Yeah, that's literally it for all for my pieces of goods rolling stock. But this engine is still very awesome. I just love the weathering on the boiler, the side rods. I mean, it's just I just love the attention to weathering on this engine. I mean, like, it looks so industrial. Like, it looks like it has been working with goods trains for like years and years. And I love that. Like, props to the guy who did all of the weathering. And not to mention, this guy who sold it actually added real coal onto the engine's tender. I mean, this is actual real coal on the engine's tender. I mean, that's just so beautiful. Like, this Ivot 2MT is just brilliant. I just absolutely love using this model. I mean, it's not the most smoothest run of my fleet, but at least it doesn't cut out on points, unlike the Triang B12. So, it's gorgeous. I mean, I just love the weathering on this engine. And not to mention, this may sound very weird and absolutely, practically, may think that I'm practically brain dead when I say this, but whenever this engine smells like a real engine. What do I mean by that? I mean, like, when I smell the engine's, like, motor or something, I think this might be a bad sign, but anyway, it actually does smell like a real steam engine. It's like, if this engine had, like, smoke output, now that would be awesome. Like, I know this is way too old to even have a smoke output, but yeah, who knows? Maybe in the future, if I'm going to be like a super, like a very super talented engineer, then I could probably modify this model to actually have a steam generator. Now that would be awesome. Like, this engine smells like a real steam engine, and I just absolutely love that. So yeah, this Hornby Ivot 2MT is brilliant. I just absolutely love her. Like, she is just brilliant. Like, I just love her in every single way. Like, even though I know the Ivot 2MT tender engines are not the most interesting looking engine. I mean, look, I wouldn't consider the Ivot 2MTs in general to be my most favorite engine, but the weathering, the realistic hull, and the smell that just makes this engine look so much better. But there is one problem I have with this engine, though. One problem that absolutely it makes me even bite my tongue whenever, like, the front pony truck, it always, like, it sometimes just jumps off the tracks. I tried I tried tightening the front bogie, but it did not work. I tried loosening it, but it also did not work. So yeah, I don't know if that's just a thing. That's just a problem with the overall model, or if that's just a problem that just happened when it was during its past life. But yeah, it sometimes on curves it always just jumps off, the front pony just jumps off the track. So yeah, so the front bogie always jumps off the track sometimes on curves. But yeah, but other than that, this is a brilliant model. So yeah, this Hornby Ivot 2MT, gorgeous. Okay, now this next model is surprisingly the only model I have which is from Bachman. Yep, this next model is the only model that I currently have from Bachman. And it's one of the more detailed engines in my collection, and it's one of the most quietest, and one of the most smoothest runners in my collection. But it does have a few flaws, but it's still a brilliant engine nevertheless. It's this. Just remove that. And then get it to face the... Wow, the shade of green looks so... Oh, that's so cool. This is the Bachman LNER Thompson B1 460, number 1264, one of the preserved members of the class. And, yeah, the model just speaks for itself. This is just so gorgeous, this model. Especially with that gorgeous LNER apple green. I know this is one of Bachman's much more older models, and it's a bit dated, and loads of people always say that this model's horrible, and now we should just get the Hornby B1, and yeah, I do agree with some of the nitpicks, but I mean, come on, this model just functions brilliantly for me, and this model's just good enough. It's such an awesome engine. Like, this steam engine is just, awesome. So, this is also my favorite Edward Thompson design. I'm not the biggest fan of Edward Thompson designs, but the B1 is an exception. This is the best engine ever designed by Edward Thompson, and I just love it. I love the running board, the wheel, the boiler, and the 4,200 gallon tender. I think that is the 4,200 gallon tender. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's just a gorgeous. I just love I think the shade of Eleanor apple green, I think in my opinion is like the best representation of Eleanor apple green. I mean, look, even on camera, it looks way more better. Like, oh my god, this is just brilliant. I just love this Bachman B1. It just has so much character to it. No, not character. It just has so much. There's just like so elegant about this Eleanor apple green. I mean, unfortunately, this engine is currently painted in the boring British Railways black. So, but I really wish that it was repainted back into apple green. But at least we've got Mayflower, the sister engine of 1264 Mayflower, who is painted in apple green, although it's a British Railways apple green, not LNER, but it's still brilliant. So, yeah, this is the best rendition of LNER apple green I've ever seen, and this is one of my favorite models in my collection, this Bachman B1. But there is a problem with this engine that I really do have to fix, and this little gripe I have this engine I'm not going to call it a gripe or even a nitpick. It's a thing that really ticks me off about this model, is that the driving wheels are so loose. I mean, look, like, no, the driving wheels, see, they literally just moves from side to side. It's just so loose, and it could easily just like this engine doesn't even go very well at high speeds. This engine just jumps off the track. Like, when this engine just goes at full speed, the back driving wheel just jumps off the track and just mangles the rod. I mean, it's an easy fix, but still, it just really ticks me off and just frustrates me. It almost makes me want to, like, swear whenever this problem happens. But, like, you know, I must be careful of my language here, but still, it's just, yeah, it's a thing that really frustrates me about this model, is that the driving wheels are very loose. But when it's at low speeds, then that's a different story. This engine works so well at low speeds. So yeah, this Bachman B1 is good. Has a few flaws, and has one flaw that really frustrates me, but that can be fixed. So, moving on. Okay, so the next model is going to be a model of the world's most overrated and the world's most famous steam locomotive in the world. Like, anyone who knows nothing about steam engines will know this exact engine. Yeah, you all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this dude. This, getting in the camera, this is my Hornby LNER Gresley A1 Pacific number 4472 Flying Scotsman. Or it's an A3 or I think it is an A3 or it's an A1. I'm not sure. Like, I can't even tell the difference between an A1 and an A3. I mean, like, they're basically the same. But I think it's an A3 because of the corridor tender. But yeah. So this is the LNER A3 or A1 4472 Flying Scotsman, the most popular steam locomotive in the entire world. I used to really hate Scotsman, actually. I used to just really hate Scotsman for how popular it is, but when I went to Didcot, I just realized that as a steam engine in general, the Flying Scotsman is awesome. And this model is gorgeous. I just love the LNER apple green. Like, I really despise how the Flying Scotsman looks like right now in the British Railways green with the smoke deflect. I mean, like, I think it does look cool, but I mean, come on, I much more prefer the apple green on Scotsman than British Railways green. Like, look at that. It's just a peak livery. I like the white lining on the smoke box door. It's just, it's also a very recognizable livery too. Like, whenever you think of the Flying Scotsman, you think of it being in this livery. Whenever you think of the Scotsman, you mostly think of it being in this livery with the German smoke deflectors. But the Flying Scotsman without the German smoke detectors and in British Rose Green is brilliant. This is also the third model in my collection and the first tender engine that I also owned in my collection, the first one. So yeah, it's a brilliant model. I absolutely love this. I just love the LNER apple green that this engine has. And it's also a Hornby Railroad model. Actually, to be more specific, this is a Hornby Railroad model. So yeah, it is quite cheap and not the best quality. I mean, like the rear bogie, the rear bogie. It's sort of floating in the air. It's practically floating in the air. The rear bogie, and it's not the best quality either. It's more made for like the beginners, for the ones that wants to get into model railways. This is like a starter engine, along with the two basic overals. So yeah, but this is a brilliant model. I absolutely love this flying Scotsman. Not really not much to say about it, but I just really love. I just love the green on it, even though I much more prefer the apple green livery on the B1. This is still beautiful. I just love this Hornby LNER A3 Flying Scotsman. It's gorgeous. So moving on. Okay, so now this next model is a model of what used to be my favorite steam engine, but isn't anymore. This engine is still one of my favorites. I mean, it's part of my top 10 favorite, but it's not my most favorite. It used to be my most favorite, but not anymore. Very recently. So, but I still love this engine all the same, and the model of it, well, apart from the livery. So, anyways, so this model I'm going to be showcasing now is this. Can't even see that well at the moment. So just move that and just place it there. So this is another Hornby model. Yeah, I just have too many Hornby models in my collection, haven't I? So this is my Hornby LNER Peppercorn A1 Pacific, specifically the new build one, number 60163 Tornado. I just love the Peppercorn A1s so much. I just love the smoke deflectors, the running board. I think I much more prefer the Peppercorn Pacifics than the Grizzly Pacifics. But it's just a gorgeous one. I just absolutely love the Peppercorn A1 so much. And Tornado, I mean, come on, that name is just so powerful. I mean, come on. A beautiful, gorgeous, mighty-looking engine named after something so powerful, the Tornado. It's just, it's a gorgeous engine. I absolutely love the Peppercorn A1s. They're actually one of my favorite Pacifics. Yeah, they're one of my favorite Pacifics and my favorite LNER engine. I know, you can disagree with me all you want, but I much more prefer the Peppercorn A1s than the Thompson Pacifics and the Grizzly Pacifics. But yeah, this is still a gorgeous model. I absolutely love the smoke deflectors on this style of Pacifics just work so well in my opinion. I mean, come on, it's just a gorgeous model every single way. I mean, I just love this so much. I mean, I know, like if you look at it from this part, you may think that this is just a Grizzly A3 or an A1, but from this side you can clearly tell it's a Peppercorn A1. So yeah, it's a gorgeous steam engine in every single ways. But the one thing I absolutely hate about this model is its livery. It's painted in the dull. No, I'm not gonna say I hate it. I mean, because I'll be criticizing the model too much. I think that I do not like about this model. Actually, yeah, that's how I should say it. The thing that really bugs me is its livery. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of British Railways Brunswick Green, and not to mention the Tornado. She just returned to mainline services, like just recently, and they decided to paint her back into British Railways Brunswick Green. I mean, come on, why? It was restored very recently, and before it even went to the main line for like 3 months, it was painted in its very popular and very well-known apple green livery, which looked so brilliant. But now they just had to repaint her. They just had to repaint this engine back into literally the livery that more than 70% of preserved steam engines wear today. So yeah, it's just the livery that really bugs me. But just the overall look of the engine, just that can be an exception. And also, the shade of green, it doesn't really look like British Railways green at all. Like, it's very bright. I mean, it almost doesn't feel like it's British Railways Brunswick Green at all. But, yeah, there is another British Railways Green model, which is going to be the next one and the last one, which has a way more accurate representation of British Railways Green, in my opinion, anyways. I'm not the expert here. You guys are the experts. I'm not. So, yeah. The Peppercorn A1 Tornado, the new built Peppercorn A1, and the first steam engine to be built in over 50 years after Evening Star. So, yeah, it's gorgeous. I absolutely love the Peppercorn A1s, and Tornado in general. Like I said, Tornado used to be my most favorite steam engine in the world, but not anymore, unfortunately. But he is still one of my favorites, okay? Tornado is still one of my favorites, just not my most favorite. Right, so to all the ones who is basically... So to all the ones that are watching this, and this is basically like the first video from my channel that they're watching, now you're probably asking to yourselves, what is my favorite model in my collection? Well, my favorite model is the one I'm going to show you next, and it's also the last one I'm going to be showcasing. So, yeah. So, you want to know what is my favorite model locomotive in my entire double O gauge collection? Well, here he is, coming up now. But there's some way. Grab that and just see this engine in all its glory. Oh my god, I just can't get over it. Oh my god. Here it is. This is the Hornby Southern Railway rebuilt Merchant Navy Pacific number 35028 Clan Line, aka my favorite steam engine in the entire world. And oh my god, it's beautiful, this model. I mean, look at that. I mean, look at this thing. It's gorgeous to look at. I mean, I absolutely love the rebuilt Merchant Navy Pacifics. Yeah, I do like every single built Pacifics. I like, Battle of Britain's, West Countries, unrebuilt, rebuilt, but my favorite built Pacific class ever are the rebuilt Merchant Navies. And Clan Line, the most popular member of the class, and the one which is, I think, running on the main line, along with British India Line, I think, number 35018, is my favorite steam engine in the entire world. And I finally have a model of my most favorite steam engine ever. And it's gorgeous. I mean, look at that. It's so striking to look at. I think I should probably flip it to this side, because let me see how it looks like on that side. How does it look like on that side? This still looks good. So, yeah. The Hornby Southern Railway rebuilt Merchant Navy Clan Line, number 35028. Gorgeous model in every single way. I love the wheels. Like, a thing that I love about the Bullitt Pacifics are these very interesting balloon-like spoked wheels that they have. It just looks so, eye-catching. I also love the round nameplate. It's just, and the redness on the plates. It's just so attracting. Number 35028, the tender, and, oh my god, I also love the valve gear that this engine has. This is the best model in my entire collection, and it's not just because of the fact that this is the model of my most favorite steam engine in the world. That's not the only reason why this is my favorite double O gauge model. No. It's not just because of that. It's because of the details. This engine has the best level of quality that I have seen in any double O gauge engine so far. So, where do I even start? The handrails, they look separately applied. These pipes, they are separately applied as well. The tiny little whistle and the cable that controls the whistle, they're separately applied as well. Every little detail in this engine is separately applied, and that is so high quality. Not all of these things are molded on, they are separately applied, and they're very fragile. Not to mention sprung buffers. This engine has sprung buffers. This always puts a smile on my face for the fact it has sprung buffers. And if I just flip it around, I also need to be very careful since this is such a high quality engine. I don't want to break anything. Well, of course not. I do not want to even break a single part of a model of my favorite steam engine. Is this little rod over here is one of my favorite parts about this whole model. I just reverse back. God, so dark. Should I just adjust the lighting? So this, I think it's something to do with marking the speed of the engine. This rod, it's like a speedometer thingy. I'm not sure, but I do know that's something about speed and probably shows how fast the engine is going or indicates how fast the engine is going. But yeah, it's still good. The engine does have cab detail. I don't think you can see, but the engine does have cab detail, although they're not painted on. But, like, I don't really think that anyone would really even care about that. So, yeah, this clan line is gorgeous. I absolutely love this engine in every single way possible. I love the packaging and everything about this model. This model is just peak. This is the best model in my entire double gauge collection. Not just because of the fact that this is my favorite steam engine in the world in double gauge form. It's because of the details that I absolutely love about this engine. So yeah, this Hornby Rebuild Merchant Navy Pacific is my favorite double gauge engine in my entire collection. It's gorgeous in every single way. I just can't get over the fact of how high quality this engine. I know it's not the most high quality, but it is the most high quality that I have in my collection. I mean, come on, this is like the best model. Whenever I go, when I go to double gauge shows or something, when I go to Roxbourne Railway for the double gauge thingies, I'm always going to bring this Merchant Navy to them because it's just such a awesome run. I also love seeing all these wheels turn as it races across the line. It's such a majestic looking steam engine. I just love every single thing about the Merchant Navy. And also, this Sunday, I'm going to the Gloucestershire and Warwickshire Railway, and I'm going to be riding behind a rebuild Merchant Navy Pacific. It's number 35006, and it has a name that I cannot even pronounce because of how such a mouthful it is. That's so goddamn hard to literally say the name. But, no, it's a Merchant Navy, and I love it. This week is just turning out to be so great for me. I'm honestly, the sun is shining. I'm now showcasing all of my double gauge locomotives, and on this Sunday, I'm going to be riding behind a member of my favorite class of British steam locomotive. Yeah, it's just gorgeous. So, this Hornby Rebuild Merchant Navy Pacific number 35028 clan line is my favorite model in my entire collection. So there you go. This is my video showcasing every single double gauge steam locomotive that I have in my entire collection. Now, before we end the video, I'm going to be telling you models that I wish to buy in the future. I'm going to tell you guys the models that I actually want to get in the future and to expand my collection. I would like to get a Hornby Great Western Railway King Class in British Railways Blue, a Hornby Rebuilt Merchant Navy Pacific, Canadian Pacific in British Railways Blue, and I also like to get a British Railway Standard 5MT, specifically number 7308 to Camelot, a LMS Fairburn tank, a BR Standard 4NT tank from Bachman. I also would like to get a BR Class 45 Peak, a BR Class 52 Western, a BR Class 08. I also would like to get an LNER Thompson A2-3, which is the only Thompson Pacific that I actually fully like. A Thompson A2-3. I also would like to get a Peppercorn A2, a BR Blue Peppercorn A1, and maybe perhaps a bit more tank engines, maybe like an LMS Ginty, or a Bachman 94XX, or maybe a Great Western Castle I would like, and loads of other engines the list goes on and on, but these are the ones I mostly would like to get for my double gauge collection. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you have, then consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. This really means a lot to me. And so yeah, like, comment and subscribe, and yeah, you know the drill. Follow my DeviantArt and Instagram and so on. So yeah, don't have that much to say really, because you all know what I'm going to say. So sayonara.